I started in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu when I was 13 years old, and I started because of, I would say, like many other guys starting Jiu-Jitsu, because of Royce Gracie fighting the UFC, and when I watched it, I was impressed with his performance, and I was doing any sort of martial arts. I was looking to do something, and that kind of gave me the will to go and start training. At that time, there was an academy next to my house in São José dos Campos, São Paulo, Brazil. And this guy, he was a black belt under Bolão. From at that time, he was part of Brazilian top team, and he had a small group. He was just starting next to my house in my hometown, and me and my brother started taking lessons with him. And eventually he moved back to Rio. He was originally from Rio, and another Rio born Careca came and took us 2 years ago, two years after that. Okay. And when I think I was a yellow belt then. Yeah. Yellow belt. That team was born only in 2003, and I started in Jiu-Jitsu was 1996. With TT I was brown belt. I was brown belt. When Careca, he came from Rio, he is a black belt under Oswaldo Alves, and he came to my hometown to take us forward on Jiu-Jitsu. And the group was just small, was about 10 people. And along us, it was André Galvão, which is now a big name in the Jiu-Jitsu, in the BJJ. And when André was doing really well in competitions and all that, my master, Careca, decided to take us to TT. And that's when I met Tererê, Teles, and started training there. My philosophy, I take on forward what I've learned from my masters, especially Careca, Tererê, and Teles, who was the main influential people in my jiu-jitsu, and therefore in my philosophy, which is very important as well to keep the philosophy that you learn at your school. And at Careca's place, it was very disciplined sort of train. Traditional kind of old school train. A lot of warm up and a lot of fitness. A lot of drills, press ups, hard training. I love hard training there. I love sweat, I would say. That's good. And his jiu-jitsu very solid, base, good pressure. And then when I went to TT, it was a kind of a different sort of a way of taking jiu-jitsu, like more like a sort of a having fun as well as training hard and training serious, but also enjoying what you're doing, enjoying training, and also have this sort of philosophy of doing a loose sort of jiu-jitsu, like always approaching the submissions, always approaching to finish the fight with a submission and all that. Yeah. Fighting with like put your own style, but also always looking for the submissions, and that's the sort of philosophy, the two ways I take on words. Well, I think the most important thing is train with your heart. You gotta enjoy what you're doing. If you don't enjoy training, I think it's pointless. Yeah, have fun, and of course you have to. If you want to achieve something in your jiu-jitsu career, you have to take it seriously. That's for sure. Discipline is very important, and that means give up of a lot of things in your youth, and like going out and this sort of things. But you gotta enjoy what you're doing. You gotta do it with heart. Otherwise, you're not gonna go too far. Otherwise, it's pointless. And I think the main thing, one of the main things as well, is realize what you want to get back. What's your aim? What's your goal? What you want to achieve? And if you aim big, you gotta give up with a lot of things. Or if you just want to train for your amusement, for your for your hobby, just train. Well, one of the guys that I admire most is Tererê, the guy that was one of the big influence in my jiu-jitsu. And unfortunately, he had some problems in his life, and he cannot train at the moment. But he is definitely one of the most I admire, not only because of his jiu-jitsu, but also because what he achieved in life, where he came from, and all that. Come from like a poor family, and he managed to get on the top of the world with his jiu-jitsu, and many people followed him, follow his ethos, his philosophy, and his way of taking jiu-jitsu. And I think he's one of the one I admire most. Well, I might do. I will. My goals at the moment is the big tournaments in jiu-jitsu. Try to get a big title that I don't have at the moment. And for me, it would be pointless to go into MMA if I don't achieve my goals in jiu-jitsu. I want to first stick with my goals that I haven't achieved yet. So I'm trying. Trying to get a world title or European or something. And hopefully this year I'll be there. Jiu-jitsu is such a thing that, like I said in the beginning of the interview, you gotta do it with your heart. So it's important that we keep a friendly atmosphere in the academy. It's such a thing that in jiu-jitsu, in the academies, in the clubs, a lot of people, they take it too seriously and forget about the enjoyment of the art. That happened to me before. I'm saying that because when I was training, that's my own experience. At some point in my jiu-jitsu career, I was training, like just to get good and get some title and to get on the top of the podium. And eventually you find out that you don't enjoy and you're not enjoying much what you're doing, and that just puts you down and all that. I think the main thing for me is to get good, get into a good level, and hopefully the titles will come with it. And the friendly atmosphere is jiu-jitsu for many people is a way of life. Is such a thing where you escape from all the stress from the real life, and when you get onto the mat, you just forget about everything and have a good time, enjoy, have some spar, roll, learn something, and have a laugh. So I think that's the main attitude people should keep on the mat. I would say, have a laugh, have some good time, and train hard.